Hello and welcome to another episode of Raman Reasons. India is all set to take on New Zealand in the ODI series, the venues being Vadodara, Rajkot, and Indore. And all those centres have good batting pitches, so it's going to be a run feast as far as this ODIs are concerned. So let's have a look at what the Indian team looks like. The solid batting because you got Rohit Sharma, Jaiswal, Subman Gill, KL Rahul, Virat Kohli, Rishabh Pant, and of course Washington Sundar and Jadeja can bat as well. So it's a fantastic batting lineup. There's a lot of depth in it, and everybody is been in good nick as well. However, before the team was picked, there were a few injury concerns. Of course, Shreya Azar was picked based on his fitness, and also Hardik Pandya is being rested because he needs to be managed since he'll be one of the key members of the Indian side in the upcoming T20 World Cup. So that's something that needs to be appreciated because the selection committee and the team management are looking at providing the breaks that these key players need. So let's get back to the squad that's been picked. Shreya Azar is ruled fit, so he becomes the vice captain of the side. Sanju Samson misses out, and Rishabh Pant, of course, will feature in the squad. So this is how the team is as far as the batting lineup is concerned. The spin department obviously is got a lot of variety. Kuldeep Yadav, Washington Sundar, and Jadeja. This is obviously a fairly easy job as far as the selectors are concerned. The fast bowlers that have been picked will obviously be subject to a lot of discussions. There's a lot of talk about Mohammad Shavi having to come back into the side because he's been picking up wickets in the domestic arena. But however, that has not happened. They're stuck to Ashit Rana. Of course, Ashdeep is being picked. Prasidh Krishna is retained as well. And then we have Mohammad Siraj, who's in the squad as well. This is a good lineup because Siraj obviously has been performing well in the last few seasons for India. And then Prasidh Krishna has done reasonably well in the ODI since his return after injury. And Ashdeep obviously needs to be backed a lot more than he is at the moment because he's a left arm seamer to start off with, and he's been reasonably good in white ball cricket. And he's losing a lot of his youth warming up the benches, unfortunately, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Ashit Rana obviously backed quite a lot by the team management, and of course uh, Nitish Kumar Reddy also figures in the squad. It's been a bit tricky of late to decide where to slot Nitish Kumar Reddy. Of course, there's no doubt that he's extremely talented, but whether he's got to be slotted as a batting all-rounder or a bowling all-rounder is something that has proved to be a conundrum for everybody. But however, if he can go on to strike form, it'll be fantastic because and he's also been bowling quite a bit of late, and that's a heartening thing to see. And where perhaps he's disappointed his fans and probably he's disappointed himself is in the shortage of runs in the matches he's played so far. But as I said earlier, he's an exciting cricketer. He's getting the backing as well. But the important thing is that he's got to try and start paying back sometime sooner rather than later. The big question or the big topic that will probably continue will be about Rohit Sharma, and Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli has had a fantastic Champions Trophy, and then he's also churned out runs in the ODIs. So it's going to be very interesting, and he's preferred to play this format. And Rohit Sharma has been the one who's guided the team in terms of approach, in terms of playing very aggressively. And he's been a kind of a pace setter as far as the Indian team is concerned because he goes out there, he looks to get runs quickly. He's not looking to amass runs, but he looks to get runs quickly. And that's exactly what has changed as far as Indian team is concerned. He's led from the front and he's made it a point that the entire team um, plays with that particular approach. And that's one of the reasons why they look extremely formidable, the Indian side. And that's also the reason why they are such crowd pullers. Now, this topic about whether Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli need to continue until the World Cup is something that will be discussed, as I said earlier. My personal take on those two is very simple. Let's not cast any aspersions about their wanting to be in the side. They have been captains, they have been demanding captains, and quite obviously they'll know what is expected of them, what it is that they need to do to be a part of the side, and they're also aware of what it takes to perform at that level. Let's not fool ourselves because they've been performing in international cricket for too long a time, and it's better that we give them the due because they know what it takes, and they also are aware of the fact that they would not like to stay back in the side based on what they did in the past. I'm sure that both of them would want to play for the country and keep performing as well because as captains they were demanding, as I said earlier, and they would want to be there because they're performing currently, not because they've performed sometime back in their careers. And as a result, they would want to really be on top of their game. They've been working hard, both of them, and they got everything, just about everything. As far as they both are concerned, they can be even be thinking that this is the kind of aggro they needed to motivate them. And as long as people keep asking them questions, I think that will really kind of G them up, wind them up to perform and prove a point or two because they've achieved a lot of things in their cricketing careers. They need a bit of aggro now and then, they need a little bit of needle now and then. And this might perhaps be the needle that would motivate them to be on top of their game. And as I said before, we got to give them their due and leave it to them as to what they want to do because they both are still extremely hungry from the looks of it. And they're also very keen to try and have another crack at being a part of the World Cup winning squad. Why not? If they can maintain their fitness, which they obviously are looking to do, and they're also aware of what fitness it takes for them to stay back in the side till the 27 World Cup. So all in all, it's a very interesting stage in Indian cricket. But however, the series that's starting against New Zealand will probably be viewed with a lot of interest, given all the factors that will be debated. I tell you what, this is going to be a very important series. This because whatever transpires in this series will have a huge bearing on the decisions taken by the selection committee and the team management in the future. But for the fans of Indian cricket, it's very, very obvious that their heroes are on top of the game. They've been doing well, and they are really very, very formidable in white ball cricket. So the excitement is all set to start once again, and India will look to continue with their form in the white ball version of the game. So fasten your seatbelts and get ready for the excitement and the entertainment that the boys are likely to provide. And as far as I'm concerned, I'll take leave of you and I'll be back shortly. And until then, be good and stay safe.